Hi, I'm Kat. I play Sims and I used a random colour generator online to decide a colour scheme for an apartment. The colours I was given are honestly absolutely foul, so I decided to use the smallest apartment I could. I think this one is from Eco Lifestyle, and honestly I still hated decorating every little bit of it because it was the most disgusting set of colours I think I could have generated. I separated most of the rooms off. I was basically just trying to have colour blocked areas, although I did mix it in certain bits anyway. And I had to use this disgusting green carpet and red tile. The bedroom isn't too bad. It uses a paranormal wallpaper that I really like, and I've got the Home Chef Hustle in the bathroom, which is also fine. I do genuinely hate the bathroom. I had to use a Get Famous bathtub and then base game toilet and sink, and they were all just the worst colours possible. The backlit mirror is from Spa Day. I moved it down the wall a little bit with tulle, and then pretty much the only nice thing in the bathroom is the sleep bathroom kit rug, which couldn't do a lot to help everything that was going on in the rest of the room. I did add red accents as well, and just everything combined to be the worst room I've ever had to decorate in all of my time playing Sims. There was no amount of decoration that could help this room. Like, I used a red plant and it was awful. So I moved on to the bedroom, which was a little bit better. I used an Eco Lifestyle bed in here and then paranormal side table. I've got the open book again. I've got a little bit of Grinch mudroom and decor to the max, and it actually doesn't look so bad in here, even though I brought in both the red and the green. The dresser's actually from Vintage Glamour and it managed to fit quite nicely. I've got the backlit Party Essentials TV in here as well. I had to scoot a few things into the wall because I wasn't positive the Sims had enough room to get round, but I wanted some seating in there as well, and honestly I'm not even convinced it's functional. There's a bit more Vintage Glamour with the mirror and some love stroke on the walls. I've got a businesses and hobbies plant, which I use a lot, and then I moved on to the kitchen. I've actually got a Parenthood fridge and a growing together oven here, which go quite well, and then I've got cottage living for the counters. It sort of fit the wood and the red really nicely with the fridge, so I was able to make a little bit of match there. I've got a cottage living table and some base game chairs. The base game really is living up to its reputation for having horrible swatches, because the green I needed was basically in every item in base game. Because the upper cabinets were closed off, I put a life and death shelf up there for glitter, and I've actually got an Eco Lifestyle shelf as well. It matched, but I've never used it before, so I thought I'd use it here. And I've grabbed a load of clutter in reds and sort of greens, including chopping boards, spices, herbs, that sort of thing. I put up aprons because there is one in red and green as well, although it looks a bit Christmassy, to be honest. There's knives and kitchen utensils. I considered a bar back for a second, and then I just spent a little while moving all the clutter around and trying to make everything fit. I honestly didn't love the kitchen either, but it was an improvement on the bathroom, I suppose. It fought us every step of the way with moving clutter around, which was indicative of the whole process of this apartment. And then I've got some tiny living and some decor to the max artwork in there. Moving on to the entryway, I used some really nice items from Grange Mudroom to make the only nice section of the apartment, I think. I've got a cats and dogs calendar and a disgusting base game mirror on there. I cluttered it with a few different packs. I like the stuff from Grange Mudroom, and I've gotten into a habit of using the refined living room bowl to put sort of phone and keys in because it looks a little bit more realistic. The bulk of this is Grange Mudroom, but I've also got a couple of extra bits from other kits, and it just looked really nice by the time I was finished. I've got a bit of artwork that I think is Snowy Escape, and then I put a red doormat down. And I tried putting a big red mat over here as well, but I do wind up getting rid of that one. I wasn't entirely sure what to do with this hallway space, but in the end I settled on a plant and a horrible fireplace in red, and I think I put some artwork as well. I did change the rug to a little circular red one, and I used some Crystal Creations artwork up there. I decided I needed to bring more red in the living room, so I used a base game chair and then a sofa from university, and I don't think I've ever seen that swatch. I just put a TV up and a little red desk from Tiny Living that I could put a computer on. I used the comfy gamer chair, and then I actually used a Dream Home Decorator computer because I couldn't bring myself to use the reddest one. There's a cozy kitchen table with refined living room books on it, and then I just went looking for some of the most disgusting red artwork I could find. I did end up in Debug looking for things I could use. The rug doesn't even match, but at this point I was so disgusted with myself that I'd basically given up. And once these last few bits are finished, it's time to suffer through the screenshots. Thanks for watching. Please consider a like and subscribe. I promise they don't all look like this.